What would be your best scenario of change? How can we start to fix some of these problems?
First and foremost, we need a robust whole of society free speech alliance on par with, and we need to think of it that way and think much, much, much more long term. To go back to the sort of weapons of mass deletion, weapons of mass destruction analogy, it's here now. There is you can't put the genie back in the bottle for the rest of your life. If you got 70 more years left to live, you're a young person, you got 80 years left to live, watching this, the censorship industry will be with us forever. It is never going to be back down to zero like it was during the golden age from 2006 to 2016 effectively. And the AI censorship it's always going to be here. It's just a question of how, if you can get it down to a burning embers rather than a burning flame, and there will be a cyclical negotiation of power and leverage. Our victories will be asymptotic. We will approach a North Star rather than ever getting to a final destination, which means the magic in winning here is going to have to come from how robust our alliance is rather than a particular policy any given year. There's no one rock that we can, take out the Google Goliath with. We're going to need a robust network within government. So again, looking back at the whole society model, it's government, private sector, civil society, and media. We are going to need to set up a whole of government set of allies. We're going to need our allies in the House of Representatives. We're going to need to build them up. We're going to need to support those people in the House. We're going to need to get donor networks in the private sector to fund those people's campaigns and protect them against crises induced on them. Same thing in the Senate. Same thing at the state level here in the U.S. State assemblies, state houses, state senates in Florida, in Texas, in Tennessee, in 26 or 7 red states, in a bunch of the purple states. Try to make plays for the blue states, state assemblies. You're going to need this in the private sector. We now have, X as an ally in the private sector. That was not possible before. 3 years ago, X was part of the whole of society censorship network. Now it's a hub in the the whole potential whole of society free speech network. Well, that's got to be allied with these state governments, for example. There's got to be a lens that Ron DeSantis in Florida and Greg Abbott view the world through, which is not just about the state of Texas and Florida. It's about the free speech ecosystem. Now, you've also got this new budding ecosystem of university alternatives as opposed to the main universities. You've got things like this University of Austin at Texas from the sort of, Barry Weiss, kind of Michael Schellenberger axis. Elon Musk is talking about creating, I think he's sort of, sort of comedically referring to as the Texas Institute for Technology Services. I'll let folks sort of fill in the acronym for what that stands for. But you've got in Florida, you've got this sort of joint counter DEI push where the University of Florida has purged, its wokeness policies and put Chris Rufo on the board of some of the other, Florida academic institutions. That's civil society. Those civil society institutions have to be cutting out these media literacy censorship programs and working with X and potentially even signing up for premium services that are being sold. Same thing in the media ecosystem. The first thing is to look at things at the network level rather than even at the policy level, because that is what will be more enduring. And you need to gear yourself for a 5-decade fight here, not a 5-month fight here for the 2024 election.
Yeah, really, really well said. It takes everybody, basically. Everybody has to be conscious of this, and everyone has to be thinking about it all the time and moving the ball forward. I guess the good news is that people became aware of this over the past few years. And that was maybe the system that maybe made a failure, is that people saw what happened. And I'd say more people are aware. But then I always remind people when I'm on the streets and they're like, oh, you still off YouTube? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, that's a positive because it shows what they did to you. And I'm like, no, it's not. Censorship works. When I'm not on your mind, you move on to other things. And it's a real piece. And so, yeah, it does take everybody. So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.
Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long, and the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you. Most people will never see this opportunity. Dubai luxury transformation projects have historically delivered 40 to 90% annual returns. That is incredible. These were once reserved only for insiders with access. I spent 15 years on Wall Street, and I learned this: the biggest returns always go to the people who get the call first. Now, you finally can. We've just received a brand new project with major upside potential. Allocations move fast. Click the link, apply now, and speak to my team. This is your chance to see what others never will.